Welcome back to On Point Derby Update Edition. James, are you cold?
No, it's just a little windy, chilly outside.
Okay. Well, some big news today. McCraken's going to miss the Tampa Bay Derby, strain in his ankle after working out. Obviously, varying degrees of concern. Hoping to make the bluegrass. Your thoughts?
It's a blow. He's the second big-time serious contender to come down with an issue, which is force a change in schedule. Mark Casse planned to take Classic Empire to 3 preps. Ian Wilkes had the same schedule in mind. Now they've both had to readjust, and it looks like they're going to face each other in the bluegrass, whereas Classic Empire was going to do the Fountain of Youth in either Florida Derby, bluegrass, and McCraken was going to go 2 Tampa starts and then the bluegrass. So, yeah, it's awful. It's awful news, but there's still enough time.
Yeah, I could argue it both ways depending on if I wanted to argue or not.
Right.
One thought definitely is the Derby's such a tough race to win. You don't want to miss anything. You don't want anything to go wrong. So for that reason, you're a little nervous, especially when dealing with horses who figure to take money. But to me, the other thought is this time of year in previous years, I think of American Pharoah in particular, just 2 years ago, they hadn't even started yet.
Right.
And if Mark Casse had said, we're going to go to the Tampa Bay Derby in the bluegrass, we wouldn't even know anything was wrong 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Right.
So, it's sort of a circumstance that these trainers wanted 3 preps and that didn't work out. I don't love it, but to me it's early enough where you don't have to give up on them. Now, if we start getting into late March and April and they're pushing workouts and races back, that's a problem.
Yeah, that's for sure. And Big Brown's another well-known example where he missed a ton of training time early in the year around this same time. So we'll see. Obviously missing time from the work tab. They're both in a little bit of a spot. Wilkes said that part of the reason is he can't work him next week. So, everybody's waiting to see if Classic Empire comes back to the work tab this week, and then we'll be waiting the following week to see what the status is with McCraken. So that's the thing to keep an eye on going forward.
I picked in Big Brown's Derby?
Colonel John?
Gallego.
Oh, future sprinter.
Yeah, future something. Definitely didn't do much in the Derby, certainly.
Yeah.
Well, we have the Fountain of Youth and the Gotham later this week. We'll pick those races when they actually have drawn. But really, it's the last big East Coast weekend, and finally the focus will shift back to the West Coast next week. I think all of us are sort of waiting for Baffert to unleash these monsters. I've taken a lot of flack for not having Mastery on my list.
Right.
We'll see what he can do. I finally put him in number 9. But lots of questions still to be answered.
Yeah, absolutely. Baffert, like you said, he's got both Mastery and American Anthem, and they're very highly ranked on all Kentucky Derby lists. But people are sort of anxious to see what they have to offer. Mastery hasn't run since mid-December, and American Anthem ran the first week in January. So, we're going on 2 months. Everybody's highly looking forward to those races. And, we got a couple big preps this weekend.
Yep. All right. Well, we'll be back later in this week to talk about that, but wanted to get you in here and get some thoughts on McCraken, etc. But yeah, join us later in the week. We'll talk Fountain of Youth and Gotham.